Here in Westwood, people were just going about their day when the unthinkable happened. A driver, an elderly female driver, loses control, hits a cyclist, and then plows into this grocery store behind me. You could see detectives here on scene. They've been on the ground since this happened. Again, it's the 99 Ranch Market. You could possibly see the vehicle that slammed into the bakery. And we've learned that the 3 people that were killed, their ages between 30 to 55 years. Now, it was quite the scene, a chaotic scene earlier. Just as I mentioned, it was just after 12 o'clock in Westwood. An elderly female driver in a silver sedan struck a woman on a bicycle as she turned westbound from Wellworth Avenue onto Westwood Boulevard. But the driver, she did not stop. Instead, witnesses tell me she accelerated and kept going, eventually colliding into the bakery inside the 99 Ranch Market, which was just down the block from the original scene. There were multiple patrons, customers inside the grocery store, some of which were pinned underneath that vehicle. A total of 9 people were struck, 3 of whom were killed. One witness says she saw the driver hit the bicyclist and continued to speed down the road, perhaps panicking as she lost control.
She hit the bicycle lady. Next thing we know, this sound, the bicycle lady is in the air. She fell. So we kind of turned around. We went, what happened? Where's she going? Because she pressed on the pedal. She started going too fast. So next thing I know, there's this big bang, big loud bang. So I thought, oh my God, she went too fast. She hit someone right there. Oh my God.
Your firefighters arrived very quickly. They set up for immediate triage, treatment, and transportation of these patients. You could see the colored tarps behind us, red, yellow, and green, for immediate delayed and minor patients, so we could organize this as quick as possible and wrap our hands around it and give the best medical aid as needed.
As you heard there, first responders were quick on scene as they attempted life-saving measures on the people trapped underneath that vehicle. Of the 6 others that were injured, they sustained minor to serious and critical injuries. The driver, only described as an elderly woman who was compliant and is being medically evaluated. Authorities saying that this is an accident. They describe it as an accident, that the driver simply lost control. Back here live again, authorities are still here on scene. They continue their investigation. We'll have much more in the next hour. For now, we're live in Westwood. Carlos Salcedo, KTLA 5 News.
A tragic story, Carlos. Thank you. And we have more breaking news this hour. A deadline for a ransom payment connected to the disappearance of Today host Savannah Guthrie's mother has come and gone. Whoever wrote the ransom note set 2 deadlines for payment of Bitcoin for the safe return of Nancy Guthrie. The first expired just a few minutes ago.
The desperate search for Guthrie is now in its 5th day. No suspects have been identified. KTLA's Chip Yost joins us live from Tucson, Arizona with today's developments. Chip.
Yeah, hello there. A lot of developments today. A new $50,000 reward being offered by the FBI. A more detailed timeline of when Nancy Guthrie was likely kidnapped. And then more information on one of those ransom notes you were just talking about. The FBI confirms that one of those ransom notes that is demanding a Bitcoin transfer had 2 deadlines, including one deadline that just passed a few minutes ago.
Right now, we believe Nancy is still out there.
Thursday, Pima County Sheriff Chris Nanos offered a more detailed timeline of when Nancy Guthrie might have been kidnapped from her Tucson home. The investigation shows the 84-year-old mother of NBC Today show host Savannah Guthrie got home Saturday at around 9:48 p.m. Early the next morning, on Sunday, came the first signs of trouble. At around 1:47 a.m. Sunday, the doorbell camera was disconnected. At 2:12 a.m., software from a different camera on the property detects a person, but on that camera, there was no subscription, and the video was not saved. Then at 2:28 a.m., Guthrie's pacemaker stopped communicating with her phone, which was left at the house. The sheriff also said they got DNA results back on blood that was found on the front porch.
The blood on the porch, that was one we did. It came back to Nancy.
We received an alleged ransom note.
Also Thursday, TMZ put out this video about a ransom note that Savannah Guthrie and her siblings may have been responding to in this video.
We need to know, without a doubt, that she is alive and that you have her.
While it's unknown if that ransom note is legitimate, TMZ said it did have details that may have only been known to the kidnapper or kidnappers, and the FBI is taking it seriously.
The one that went to the media is the one we are currently investigating and working on.
One problem is that whoever sent it has not been in contact since.
When the family is reaching out to say we're ready to talk, this letter suggests no talk. Right. That was made clear right at the beginning.
Now, the second deadline for that particular ransom note comes Monday. Again, don't know if that is legitimate or not. FBI obviously taking it seriously, but the FBI also says there are some fraudsters out there who have been trying to take advantage of the family, and that one person has been arrested for sending a fake ransom note already. Reporting here in Tucson, I'm Chip Yost, KTLA 5 News.
Chip, thank you for that. And stay with KTLA for the latest on the disappearance of Nancy Guthrie. We will bring you breaking updates on air and online. And for the latest anytime, head to KTLA.com or download the free KTLA 5 app.
Now to a police shooting near Exposition Park. A suspect armed with a rifle is shot and killed by officers near the California Science Center. That firearm you see there was recovered from the scene.
KTLA's Elena Bovian is live in Exposition Park with more investigation. Elena.
Hi, Sam and John. Well, the investigation is ongoing. Was an officer-involved shooting, but according to PD and preliminary information, they say a man was walking right by the California Science Center and he was armed with a rifle. Now take a look behind me here. You can see the scene is still pretty active. We have LAPD on scene and they are essentially trying to establish what transpired before the shooting. But what we know is that this started around 9:30 this morning when a motorcycle officer spotted a man walking westbound on State Street carrying what appeared to be a rifle heading toward the California Center. More officers responded, and at some point, that encounter escalated to an officer-involved shooting. Right now, investigators have not said exactly what led officers to open fire. Sky 5 video earlier showed a large police perimeter, canopy covering a body, and what appeared to be a rifle on the ground surrounded by evidence markers. The Science Center briefly went into lockdown this morning as a precaution. A nearby elementary school notified parents, and USC Public Safety also alerted students, stressing there was no ongoing threat.
At no time were any community members in danger, although the businesses were open and there were people around at the time of the shooting. There was no danger by the suspect or the others.
Now, the coroner still has to arrive here on scene. As for the suspect, all we know at this point is that he was 35 years old. We do not know why he was in this area. We do not know the motive behind why he had the rifle, and he has not yet been identified. I'm Lena Berman reporting live here at Exposition Park, KTLA 5 News.
All right, Elena, thank you. And we have more coming up on the news at 4.
Kai Goldberg has your forecast. Hey, Kai.
Hey, guys. Good afternoon, everybody. Take a look. We're going to start to see a bit of